Dave Parry doesn't just teach you how to spend your money. He teaches you how to spend your life.
Who's Rick and what do you do?
Rick Bregg. I'm originally from Vancouver, Canada. Been in Australia now for about coming up close to 30 years. And my background is in nutrition physiology, and with the help of a very good friend of mine, Dave Parry, I'm actually stepping into doing that as a business full time now.
How did you find out about me and the whole Bulletproof Wealth, the coaching? How did you find out about me?
I saw an ad on Facebook, and I don't usually pay attention to a lot of them because a lot of them you get promises and then you go do a search and you find out that it's bogus and the whole bit. Something about the ad made me play it. And when I listened through it, it was just boom, 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 boom. So many points were hitting home, point after point after point. It just spoke to me, and I reached out, and then you and I had a personal call, which impressed me, by the way, that I was talking with the Dave Parry on a first call right off the bat, and just we seemed to click, and you seemed to be saying the things that exactly what I was looking for, and just yeah, that's how it all started.
What was going on for the time, and what I guess caused you to book a call with me?
I'm 62, and currently I don't have enough finances for me to ever consider not working, even though now I'm not working for anybody anymore in that short a time. And I just, with the other coaching, it was a lot to do with your typical life coaching or mindset or where you want to go in life, so on and so forth. And whereas I felt I needed somebody that specifically got into the financial side of things, because if it's left up to me, that's going to go a disaster. I'm blown away that 7 weeks later, it's actually manifested that I was able to leave my full-time work, get a payout that's going to allow me now to focus on building a business. And as I've said to you several times, that's both scary and exciting.
So what changes, I guess, have you noticed, or what changes have been implemented since we've been working together?
Well, the big one, I'm no longer a full-time employee. I don't work for anybody anymore, and I plan to never be in that situation again. You asked me a question. You said, what do you think of when you think of doing that? And I said, it's a lot of hard work. And then you said, what do you think of when you think of taking your nutrition physiology coaching online? I said, I got to work hard. He said, interesting, same words, different meaning. And that's created the motivation. Just I'm working hard because I want to. It's starting to become that when you love what you're doing, it's never a job. 20 years ago, almost to the day, I was in exactly the same situation. I didn't have a coach then, and I was determined that I had to get a whole bunch of other stuff out of the way first so I could concentrate my time on it. And guess what happens? That stuff never goes away, because as soon as you get one thing done, another one comes up. Whereas now there's a structure around what I'm doing, and I'm being held accountable, and that momentum, because I'm accountable to a structure, that momentum creates motivation, which creates momentum, which creates motivation.
Would you recommend, would you recommend coaching, with me potentially to friends and family?
Definitely. I've already been telling some friends. I've already said when I left work that I've said I highly recommend this guy. I only had a friend earlier today say, had that I hadn't spoke to for a couple of weeks, just looked at me and went, "What's changed with you?" Wasn't even aware of my situation. What's changed with you? And they could obviously tell that physically. So, and I attribute that directly to yourself.
What would you say to others that might be sitting on the fence or wondering about, whether having a call with me or starting some coaching programs?
Doing the 20-minute masterclass, having the personal call with you, neither of those, first and foremost, cost them any money. So I'd almost say you'd be an idiot if you're on the fence wondering where to go with your life. You'd be an idiot to not at least not take that step. If you do the masterclass and have the 20-minute call and Dave Parry doesn't ring with you, fine. Okay, you've checked it off. And I would hazard a guess that you would probably maybe even make a suggestion to somebody who's in that situation where else they can look. But for the changes that can occur in your life, for the point of living your life, if you don't at least take those two steps, you got nothing to lose And you'd be an idiot if you didn't at least do that. And sorry for, labeling, but what do you got to lose?
But what are you most grateful for having started this process with me, this coaching?
I am so grateful to you personally, that for getting me on this path and making the difference. And I will state that, the difference that has got me owning my own life now. And that's probably a better way to say it. I own my own life now.